Evil Zone might just be the most 90s anime game I've ever played. Not always in terms of the visuals, but definitely at its core. You see, the 90s were a wild time for media. Video games had just stumbled into the third dimension, and anime was quietly sneaking into the West through VHS tapes and Cartoon Network graveyard slots. Gaming-wise, it was a mixed bag. We had some genre-defining classics and plenty of barely functional slop. But if a trend existed, you could be damn sure someone was pumping out a game idea from it. No one embodied this strategy more aggressively than Evil Zone. Now, it's a fighting game, so tradition demands that the storyline be next to non-existent. However, Evil Zone prides itself on its anime influence, and that is a genre notoriously obsessed with the whole plot idea. So what happens when these two worlds collide? Incomprehensible nonsense. We've got 10 very different characters, and don't worry, we'll meet them soon. They are all competing in a tournament to determine who is the strongest. The lucky champ will then become Happy Island's, yes, that's the name they came up with, Happy Island's defender, and get the honour of battling Ihadulka, an interdimensional being threatening their very existence. Anime staple number 1, the tournament arc. To be clear, this game very much isn't a tournament, gameplay-wise. It's you versus everyone. But story-wise, it's not a tournament either. It's just people wandering around, fighting whoever they meet for reasons ranging from heroic to outright murderous. Some people, they just want to stop the big bad, do what's right. Others will murder literal schoolchildren for personal gain. Also, as a brief aside, if there's an interdimensional threat looming, maybe teaming up would have been the smarter move, rather than trying to set up some honourable one-on-one combat. Just a thought, just a thought. Anyway, we need to save Happy Island, which, if you squint, I guess it might be the opposite of Evil Zone. Maybe that's what they were going for. Oh, for clarity, Evil Zone, that's the dimension where we've imprisoned the evil Ihadulka. Now, I know what you're thinking. If she's trapped in there, how is she still a threat? Well, my dear friend, you've forgotten one thing. Ihadulka is interdimensional. Or as the game puts it, more accurately, she exists in multiple dimensions simultaneously. And we have trapped her in one specific dimension. Still, if we give this deity a good right hook, we can probably save humanity, so we need to make the most important choice of all. Welcome to the character select screen, where we've got bounty hunters, mercenaries, psychopathic adversaries, possessed schoolgirls, tomboy homegirls, Power Rangers with a couple of toys, and a magical girl who's really a boy. Oh, and there's this little girl. She's over 10,000 years old, because, I mean, of course she is. But hold your horses, we can't just unleash this colourful chaos on Western audiences without a few adjustments. We've got to age up all the cast so that nobody gets offended. And as a coincidence, most of the characters are now precisely 21 years old. And yes, even the schoolgirl. It's a crude fix, but I guess it works. Also, they made Errol wear some trousers. I'm not entirely convinced that's the most eye-catching part of her design, but okay, whatever makes you happy. Out of all these misfits, I'm most drawn to Danzavar. He's the Power Ranger voiced by Duke Nukem himself. Danzavar! It's worth mentioning that each character has their own story arc, and well, actually, that doesn't do it justice. They each have their own TV series. Every battle is bookended like an anime episode. One where episodes last 2 minutes, but still. There's a pre-fight montage and title card, some chitter-chatter, and then you pilot the fight scene before another cinematic wraps things up. It's a unique styling choice, and honestly I love the whole over-the-top nature of it. I'll give you an example, because nothing sums up Evil Zone better than this. You know how an episode of Dragon Ball Z starts with a title card like The Arrival of Raditz? Well, Evil Zone, not to be outdone, opens with this.
Denzibar, the ultimate hero. Episode 1. The power of the supreme ruler to destroy an evil. Zeruchaku Denzibar. Entry of magician Alti al-Razal and Danzai Burst.
It's as if the designers had visions of grandeur completely at odds with what they were actually making. Titling every scenario like some epic anime adventure. All this when your main character doesn't even hold his sword properly and everyone's lip sync is about 6 syllables off.
Don't be a drag. You're upsetting my plan.
But for all its roughness, this game is kind of cool. Don't get me wrong, the game is mechanically really simple. It's only got one button for attack and another for block. I'm not sure why it was designed with a NES controller in mind, but I mean, Smash Bros did the same thing with just 2 attack buttons, so you know, it doesn't feel bad to play, even though everything in my brain says it should. I think my judgment's getting scrambled by the dopamine. I've got a lightsaber, a laser gun, and a whole goddamn iron cannon straight out of Command & Conquer at my disposal. This game is referencing everything and anything it can, and I'm ashamed to say it's working. Look, I don't mind if the AI sometimes does this. When attacks are as flashy as this. I can endure the tonal whiplash from skewering a child as we segue into upbeat victory music. I'm even happy to sit here bewildered as Lindwell Rainrix's name gets inexplicably shortened to Lie. But there is one line that's just a step too far, something I can't let slide without criticism. It's going to take some explaining though. So throughout Danzivar's adventure, there's a recurring plot thread. Now, we're just a guy in a suit, but repeated battles are causing it to degrade. We're running out of power, making each fight more perilous than the last. Fortunately, we have our spaceship. That's where our beautiful iron cannon shots are coming from. Kind of, close enough. And up there is our assistant, Ruri, handling the spaceship side of things. Now, after defeating every other competitor in this tournament, we're finally ready to fight Ihadulka. But we're in rough shape. Our dear, sweet companion, who's also in love with us, because of course she is concerned for our well-being. She wants us to retire, rather than risk our lives pushing on. Let's take stock of the situation. We've just defeated everyone else who could possibly have fought. They're all done. Not dead, because Danzivar is a hero. What's going on is we knock them out at the end of fights and then we warp them up into the med bay of our spaceship. But they're beaten nonetheless. And yet, Ruri tries to stop us. Not with words, not with reason. She sends out the second tactical frame suit and just beats the living daylights out of us. This woman shoots a damn iron cannon at our damaged suit. Why? Because she doesn't want to see us get hurt anymore. Personally, I think it's because of how we cut her off in the previous fight.
Who are you?
Be careful, Danzivar. That girl is also...
Be quiet, Ruri.
And now she's just working through her anger issues. But let me tell you, Ruri is no joke. Using the simulation suit, Ruri manages to beat me no less than 7 times in her ceaseless onslaught of physical torture. She even perfected me once. The worst part though, she cheers me on every time she knocks me down.
Denzibar, get a hold of yourself! Show!
She encourages me back to my feet as if she's not finished yet and still has a point to prove. If you're like me, then you're wondering something at this point. If Rory, piloting the simulation suit, can wreck me so effortlessly, why doesn't she go and fight Ihadulka? She's undamaged, and there's not even any risk. This blue suit, it's remote controlled from the ship. Just go save us all instead of beating me into the floor. Or failing that, give me the suit. My suit's damaged, give me the spare. And this isn't even the last time Rory hurts us, oh no. Even during the credits, when the multiverse is saved, and we're getting these little snapshots of happy life post-Evil Zone, you know what the final image for us is? It cuts to us with a black eye, courtesy of Rory's temper. Honestly, Danzivar's got it so rough, but I guess that's just the life of an anime protagonist. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. We venture into Evil Zone, shout,
Ihadulka! I cannot be defeated. Absolutely, positively, for the sake of the world! Here goes! The power of the Supreme Ruler destroys evil! The ultimate hero, Danzibar!
pose for a bit, lose 5 times as we're subjected to some more visually impressive looking attacks. Before finally ending Ihadulka's evil reign? I don't know what this woman was doing, truth be told, but she's not doing it anymore. So that's Evil Zone. It's absurd and dumb, but above all else, it is fun. It's simple to play and it's got surprising depth for only having a single attack input. The over-the-top voice acting, character designs and melodramatic storylines all somehow combine into this nostalgic charm. I still can't really explain it, but I know that I enjoyed my time in Evil Zone. I've been Ortega Omega. This has been a random voyage into my childhood. Hopefully you have enjoyed the trip.
Now it is a somewhat happy ending, isn't it?